What up, Ball Nation? You are now tuned in to Plugged In. I am your host, Madison Castle, and joining me this week is Atlanta's own J Ray. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody?
I kind of want to talk about Monsters, your new project. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Monster, it's coming out September 13th. That's Friday the 13th. And it kind of plays around the themes of how I feel like I don't fit in this industry. A lot of different, how I feel like I'm just out of place, how I feel like I'm a monster compared to everybody else. But I'm really excited about it because I get to show off a lot of different hip-hop skills that I've learned, and I'm really excited for everybody to get a chance to hear it.
Okay, so fun fact, J Ray did live in Knoxville for a little bit, so if you would tell us what the transition's been like going from Tennessee to Georgia.
Yeah, so you know, the biggest thing is the music culture is very different. I mean, like Knoxville has a big focus on country music more than anything else, which is great. It's not the music I make though.
Yeah.
But when I came down here, it was just a huge influx of hip hop, R&B, rap music. So it was refreshing, at least for me, to be able to be a part of that industry again.
What's your writing process like, and what is your favorite song that you wrote for this project, and why?
Well, so my process is really, I think about the topic of a song that I want to make, and I'll basically have it noted down, and then whenever I think of a line that would fit really well in it, I put that down on the pad too. And then once I get enough lines together, I start to actually piece them together to where they all match and flow correctly. It's one of the reasons I really like, one of the songs on this track is called Suffer and Succotash 2. It's a sequel to one that I did a couple years ago. It's all the most ridiculous lines I could ever think of, just put into one big song. But it's either that song or it's Make You is going to be my favorites.
You talk about being a monster on this project. What is some of your inspirations as far as your music? Do you watch movies? Do you read books? What do you do to really get into that character?
So like for this album specifically, a lot of that came from horror movies that I watched. Like I love Friday the 13th series. It's one of my favorite horror series. That and like Alien are also one of my favorites. A lot of this music that I was listening to when I was writing this album was Denzel Curry, Eminem. I was listening to all of Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie. I was listening to...
It's a lot of dark stuff.
Yeah, like darker stuff is really what I was trying to get into, and what this album kind of reflects.
What do you like to do in your downtime when you're not working and when you're not making music?
Yeah, so my favorite thing to do in my downtime is fitness and bodybuilding. I love going to the gym. It's a way for me to really get out all the stress, and it also gives me time, like not only to get some energy out and be fit, but it's also time that I get to like listen to music and think of ideas, and it's just kind of a way to clear my mind. I love doing that stuff as well.
Is there like a point in your career that you want to get to musically? Do you want to get famous with this, or do you want to just stay underground and keep just doing this? Like what is your overall goal with this?
Well, I think the music that I make isn't very like pop-y. It's very different. It's definitely underground. So being a huge player in the underground, I think would be something that I would really like to aspire to. Like a good example of somebody I think about that was in kind of the same boat was Tech N9ne. Like he grew up in Kansas City, which is, I'm from Columbia, Missouri originally, so that's who I listen to a lot too. But he makes a very different kind of hip hop, but yet he's still one of the most successful and well-known underground artists. So I think that's where I want to be eventually.
So, where all are you going to be doing shows at this season?
So right now, I'm trying to do most of my shows here in Atlanta. I'm debating some shows outside. I want to go back into, I might perform in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest.
Woo!
I might be doing some shows up in New York, just trying to travel a little bit more and do shows, but most of my stuff is going to be here in Atlanta, Tennessee, Alabama, maybe South Carolina in terms of shows that I want to do.
One of the last questions I do want to ask is kind of a two-part question. One, do you have merchandise and where can we buy it? And two, what are your social media platforms so that the viewers may follow you?
Yes, of course. So merch is coming. I have some prototype t-shirts that I've given out to some people. sample, but I'm going to have them for mass sale relatively soon. But so that you can be ready for it, you can follow my Instagram, which is OMFJ_REY. You can follow me on Facebook at JRay Official Music, and you can follow me on YouTube if you search JRay, which is JREY. I'm also on every streaming platform, so iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Music, Xbox 360 Music. I'm on that too.
Oh wow!
I'm on everything, so you can look me up. I would recommend going to my Instagram for all my information though.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us this week. And as always, Ball Nation, it's been a pleasure. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Also, go follow JRay, check out his music, comment below what you think.